Welcome to another edition of Kicking It with Brothers podcast. We've been waiting all summer for knowing where we were going to have the UEFA Champions League draw August 31st, 12 Eastern for us. And it was great for a lot of teams, not great for some. But I will say, just for folks to know, in terms of we have our four pots, we have 4 teams per group. 32 teams in all. The top 2 in each group advanced to the round of 16. And then after that, there was a draw. But very excited that we get to have our guys here. All 3 of us for the first time have a squad in the Champions League. And that's because Arsenal is taking their hiatus. But now we finally have Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester United, Arsenal, Bayern Munich, all back in the Champions League. It has been quite some time. What's that?
See, you've been a Bayern fan this whole time?
Nah, no. It's just about shouting out that some of our biggest clubs. But that we're here. Charles, you were Barcelona back in pot 1, which was great because last year they were not that. Are you satisfied with where they are in the draw?
Yeah. And you've seen around the 16, baby.
Yeah, it's there, right?
It just highlights the fact of this is the reason why they haven't made it. The key reason why they hadn't made it out of the group stage last 2 Champions Leagues is literally because they finished second. So they got put in the second pot, and they ended up with Bayern in the group twice. You win the league. These are the spoils of winning the league. Get put in that first pot. The rest took care of itself.
There you go. I think it was very clear that Barcelona, not that it's favorable for them. It's just, hey, but that's what happens. You get pot 1. This is where it looks out. So just for folks to understand, Barcelona is in Group H with FC Porto, Shakhtar Donetsk, and Royal Antwerp. Feel very good about them being able to advance. Braylon, Manchester United, pot 2 team.
Come on now. Y'all acting like this group is tough. It's not that tough.
It's not that. I didn't say it was tough. If you saw the questions that I asked earlier today, I just said I think the timing of the games matters a little bit.
Yeah.
Y'all want to play Bayern on match day 1, I think, and match day 4.
And get that shit out the way. Yeah, I'm just saying the last thing you needed is to be playing them and you actually need points off them. I think that's the only thing I was saying earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, so we want to play them first and last. Hopefully.
Yeah. Match day 1 and 6 would be great, but nothing in between, brother, because then they trying to figure out whether that's where you want to be careful.
It's not a hard group, but I'm sure as you guys talked about on your
No. We kept Champions League for you, brother.
No, just saying, y'all talked about United and their general inconsistency. I'm sure.
That's a nice way of saying it, or just they're not very good at all.
That I was trying to say that was very nice of saying it because it was not.
We were harsher.
Me saying it's an easy group. It should be an easy group for United. I'm just saying, yes, and that's why I said Galatasaray and Turkey might be a little tricky. That's totally a game I could see. They got a little squad now.
They do. They've been buying some folks. Speaking of, let me ask you this, Charles, and then you, Braylon. If Kane was on United, would you think that United would be the favorites to win the group?
Yeah, because they wouldn't be on Bayern. They'd still be running out Choupo-Moting. So yeah,
that's kind of my point, bro. Wow, Braylon. That's got to hurt a little bit, bro. Knowing that y'all should have had Harry Kane.
No, okay, it doesn't hurt because of who controls Tottenham and knowing that Daniel Levy was never going to send them. It's always been Daniel Levy. If you're going to leave, you're not going to another prem. team. You're not. So it had to be a team like Real Madrid or Barca or Bayern. It had to be a team of that caliber that's not in England, because like Daniel Levy is just a spiteful old white man. That's just who he is. I ain't gonna cap. Yeah, so hey, I'm not that that upset about it. I was like, yeah, there's a chance, and the only chance I really thought was a free transfer where he just picked whoever he want. And I think he clearly cared about the Premier League record, but like it's whatever. It doesn't hurt that much. Now, what does hurt is my rival getting the boy they just signed today. I can't pronounce his name right now.
Your midfielder from Bayern.
Yeah.
Grabbing back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say grabbing Birch, but yeah, it's grabbing back.
I'm not sure if any of those guys are good. Like there was like at a certain point with some of those people, I understand like people are distressed assets are also like, and I hate to say, and we'll speak on this probably later with my boy, but there's a reason he ain't playing.
Barely, y'all got man. I'm nervous about this for y'all.
Is United gonna get was it Amrabat in?
That's what we're working on in the last 24 hours of the transfer.
The last 24 hours, it's been like for 10 months.
Hey, it was 10 months with Pogba in 2017. It was 2 years for Jadon Sancho. It was 7 months for like Anthony, and like those signings didn't work out, but like it's whatever. Whoever is in control of transfer at United, they suck at it. And we are going to be careful. We're not going to make predictions on who's going to come out the groups today, because I think the fixture list absolutely matters if you're thinking about the teams. So we will not bury, or we will not elevate United today. But I will say this: I think my least favorite group is absolutely Group E: Feyenoord, Atletico Madrid, Lazio, and Celtic. That's my least favorite group. My favorite group absolutely is must-watch TV. I'm not calling it a group of death because here's what I think. I think PSG is the only team that can win their league in this group. I don't see Milan winning the league. I could be wrong, but I just don't see it. Newcastle United is not going to win the PL, and Dortmund's not going to win the Bundesliga.
The team of players that we don't believe in. Dembele,
yep.
I can keep going on. All of the injured players on Dortmund, Gio, Newcastle ain't proved themselves to be like a real team yet. Like they're calling it the group of death, but like they haven't, like, none of them have committed a violent crime yet.
That's a bar. It is.
Like, none of them have done anything in that.
Hey, they got Captain America. That's what they celebrating, I guess.
Man, when they make it seem like I can't wait till the American media makes Pulisic versus Gio, like when Pulisic going Pulisic playing Dortmund.
CBS is going to harp on it. They're going to be like Pulisic and Musa versus Gio. It's going to
seem like LeBron went back to Cleveland.
This is for you. It's whatever.
My most underrated group is actually Group D. So I think Benfica, Inter Milan, Salzburg, and Sociedad will be competitive. That's my most underrated. But yeah, by far, Group F just has, great storylines. But Group B is my least favorite group.
Nasty. Group G is also nasty.
Leipzig on their day.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You know how Pep be messing around and shit, like in the group stages sometimes, Charles.
Didn't they lose to Leipzig last year in the group?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's something to be mindful of, for sure.
They did take their best player, though.
Yeah, they did. They did indeed. We will be back next week to talk about predictions on that front, but wanted to just get some quick thoughts. I guess right now you feel comfortable that United's going to get out. Charles, we already know Barcelona's getting out for sure.
Yeah. I'm hot taking that PSG is not getting out the group.
I'm like, if I'm looking at it, PSG and Newcastle not making that group, like that's for next week. Like, yeah.
Why would PSG be able to win that? Why would PSG be able to win in the yellow wall? Why would PSG be able to go to the San Siro and win?
Listen,
The only place that they could win is St. James Park, and that's it. That's just because
they are an Mbappe injury away from finishing fourth in that group.
They are Mbappe injury away from being irrelevant from the world of football.
Mbappe temper. They're an Mbappe temper tantrum from relegation.
All of that is true. All of that is true.
That man's going to sign with Real Madrid in January, and they're going to have to deal with it for free.
Calm down. Don't. I'm not talking about that now. No. I'm waiting till after this window because I'm gonna save my. I got some thoughts, so I'm saving that until we need to get to it. All right, fellas. All right, we're back to five-a-side. Some great games this weekend. Good for football to get it rolling. The best 5 games of the upcoming weekend predictions. First, we had to do it. It didn't matter. I don't care who is they gonna play. Charles, it could have been a Carabao Cup team, but we got to make sure that we're showing love to our boy Ansu. And this actually is a great matchup. 2 teams that will be in Europe this year. So Brighton and Newcastle. Charles, give us a prediction.
Where's this
Brighton's
game?
it's at the Amex. Every team that you're seeing listed first is the host.
So enough. I'm gonna go. Well, this new Newcastle. I'm gonna call them the new Newcastle. Like last year, they were defensive last year. This year, they seem to want to be a little bit more open and actually try. Like they now. I think they're fully confident in their squad and what their idea is. They seem like they're at least more engaging and trying to play some attacking football. I think that's why they scored 4 goals in the first game.
All right, but then what happened in 2 games afterwards?
They played a better team than City. They couldn't play that shit against City.
I mean, okay, City, but like Liverpool, you have the numbers. They only have 10 men, and you basically just play conservative, just hold the ball, and you don't go on an attack. Which you just, it's like I don't believe I don't believe in Newcastle no more. And I had them for, but like that Liverpool was actually disappointing. I'm like, bro, you have numbers, pile it on, like bully them. And they just gave him comfortability, and then Darwin Nunez came in
Because they were playing attacking football for their first goal. I'm just saying like they were
okay. The first.
So I'm saying like the plan after they went down. I mean after Liverpool went down was stupid, but I just think they're not gonna. I don't think it was due to the players that they signed. They're not as defensive. They can't be as defensive as they were last year just because they have more attacking players. They're at least playing more attacking football. We're not even getting that. I'm gonna go 2-1 Brighton, just because I don't think Newcastle's that tough at the back as we think. And she's gonna make a cameo. It'll be fire.
Go ahead, Braylon.
Hey, I'm gonna have to agree 2-1 Brighton. I mean, I've never like Brighton knows what they're gonna do, and they do it very well. No matter who it is, who they sign, and then you add a very explosive player like Ansu Fati, it's only gonna help them. Even if it's a loan, they may I like that's the conversation we're gonna talk about later, but like they may or may not have them for next years or so. You never know what's gonna happen in Prem, but like especially with Prem money. So like you never know, but like you're giving Brighton a very explosive player, probably their best player they're gonna ever have. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's very high.
Never no chance that he ends up on Brighton next season.
I know.
If it goes well, there's not a chance in hell.
All I can do is hope, so I can just laugh at you.
I mean, if he plays well at Brighton, then he's like $160 million player. So, there's that.
Probably 200 million, but like because it's the Prem. So,
yeah,
gonna be interesting to see. I am going to say draw, 2-2 draw. 2-2 draw. Arsenal United, let's start with Charles just very quickly so we don't have to talk about our analysis. We'll let Charles get into it just by himself. Both Braylon and I think that Arsenal will win 2-1. Once again, Braylon being the
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
You said 2-0?
I said 1-1, and that's a prayer.
You said you wanted 1-1, but you said it's going to be a loss. Ridiculous. Now
Okay.
you try to change
Okay.
up now that we over somebody else.
Okay. It's going to be a loss. Okay.
Thank
I'm
you.
just praying for a 1-1 draw. That's it.
All
Go
right,
ahead
bro.
and say your spiel, Joss.
I mean, my main question is where's I not even that I'm leaning towards obviously picking Arsenal, but like it's more of my thought of like if United is gonna where's the goal gonna come from? Like that's more of my question is like where is the goal coming from? So like I mean are you gonna get a Varane header or I mean is he even healthy right now? Like it's I'm just
Nope.
okay. See if he got hurt on the header. Um I'm gonna I'm gonna conservatively say 3-1 Arsenal. If, once I see the lineup, though, I might feel like 4-2.
X at exactly 3-1 Arsenal. I have 2-1. I know we're going to give up a goal. I don't know how many we'll get. I know we're giving up at least one. I just don't know how many we're going to score, but I definitely think we can find 2 goals.
And I more so think too. I think the 3-1. I think it has more to do with Arsenal than United. Like if Arsenal are who they say they are,
Then it should be
this
a
version
problem.
of United, you should be able to beat like 3-1.
There it is.
Y'all like
There it
who
is.
but y'all aren't that yet. So I'm just saying, given the 2 states of the team, Arsenal should win 3. Should win 3-1.
They should dominate. I'm being 100% objective. They should dominate because like they have a squad and we have regular on that left back starting. What the fuck? So boom. That
And
tells you the whole story.
See, Daniel Levy does do business with United.
When it's shit players, the fuck? What are we doing here? When it's the worst of the worst. Like I would have taken Hoiberg, but like, no, we're not getting him because he's a decent player. So we're getting the guys that they don't want. So no.
Aston Villa will be visiting Anfield. Liverpool will be hosting at Aston Villa. Braylon, you go first.
3-0 Liverpool.
Oof.
I think what happened at St. James is going to be an absolute morale booster. And Darwin Nunez is actually going to start kicking up and producing at a level that he should be producing, especially being a $90 million player. He should be producing at that level, right? It gave him confidence. He was a one-man wrecking crew. So you have that. And Salah's not going nowhere. I don't think they're going to sell Salah in the next 18 hours. So that's not happening. They're going to have Salah. They're going to have Luis, left wing. He's going to do whatever he's going to do. McAllister is going to ball. Like, you know, and no matter if they have Van Dijk tonight, I don't think it's going to be a problem for them because they're going to figure out a way. Klopp's going to figure out a way how to do it because Klopp is this magical mental beast, and they're mental beast, and they're going to gegen press, and they're going to do whatever they're going to do. So, hey, Liverpool 3-0. Aston Villa's not ready yet. I think they're going to start kicking up after the international break, and then that's where you're going to see who Aston Villa actually could be. Right now, Liverpool has a morale boost for Sunday.
Go ahead, Charles.
My prediction for the last game was 3-1. I think this game will actually one of those 2 games is going to be 3-1. One of the scores I'm going to be wrong about, but this one I think will be 3-1. I think everything B's saying is right, except for they still can't cover anybody in the back, so they're bound to give up a goal. Bound.
Yeah, because Trent gonna be back there. He bound to give up something. He gonna give.
He's been their best. Wait, no, Craig, you said Trent. He's been their best defender. That's insane.
But that's the part of the problem. He's not good at defending. Liverpool would win the league if their defense was anywhere close to, honestly, like top 7 for them. They're not good in the back, bro. They're not. But their midfield is much more improved, and their attack, in my opinion, with 5, they have 5 guys who can score at 8 points. So you got to worry about for goals with them. Yeah, 3-1. I got that. Union Berlin, Leipzig, Union Berlin. Man, they fought very hard. They ended up getting top 4 in the Bundesliga last year. Leipzig needs to kind of get going a little bit. It's in Berlin. I am going to start out.
This usually always goes in Bundesliga. But Leipzig let us down last week, Charles, when we talked about in terms of doing their thing. Sneakily, Leverkusen's very good.
Yes.
Sneakily, with
Yeah.
the Leverkusen could be very good.
What's up with their manager there, bud?
What you mean?
You know, heard about him?
Just a little bit. Yeah. All right. He doing his thing. He doing my future manager, most likely. Most likely.
This costs what it is.
It depends on where if it's Mbappe or not. If not, I mean, if it's Holland that we're going to exercise 175 million release clause, then maybe. But we'll see. But yeah, Chabi's doing the work, man. Just let my guy breathe. Let him get it back into the Champions League. So yeah. Berlin 2-1. 2-1. I think Leipzig is still having some trouble in the back a little bit. They got to figure out what they want to be. 2-1 Berlin. Go ahead, Charles.
We'll 2-2.
Okay.
1-1. Respect the only good attacking American player who's halfway American at the moment.
All right. And our last one for five-a-side. Lukaku is now back with the special one. They have been reunited, and for them, I think it must feel good because Lukaku is known as a strange player in some circles, but he's always done a good bit of service for Jose Mourinho. Braylon, Roma hosting AC Milan.
This is this is out of respect to Dion. The Midier is gonna be Milan 2-1. I just feel like one Lukaku's a fraud. He's always been a fraud. I don't care what you say to me, no matter who he's with. He was a fraud when he was with Jose and United. He was a fraud then. So I'm it's gonna be Milan 2-1. Just because I think Milan is working as a cohesive group and they're working properly. Seems like there's no problems there at the moment, and they're they're on a high. Their form is good. I don't think they're gonna mess up, even if it's on the road in a hostile environment of Roma that Jose's created. So
go ahead, Charles.
I'm gonna go 1-1 draw.
That's exactly. I wrote down 1-1 draw.
An ugly match. Something like a Giroud penalty and like a Roma 83rd minute goal or something like that.
I have it as 1-1 as well. I wrote that down before we got the segment. So, all right. I think we are all, well, at least you guys are voting for a win for Brighton. I am going for a draw. We're all three on Arsenal. All three of us are on Liverpool. I'm with Berlin. Charles is calling for a draw there. And Braylon, if I'm not mistaken, you were calling for a win for Leipzig.
No, I did 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw, excuse me. Both of y'all are in for draws. I'm calling win for Berlin. That's probably wishful thinking. And Roma and Milan, Charles and I are calling for draws, and Braylon is calling for a win. Good mixture. All right. Good stuff on the analysis, fellas. I love it. Let's keep it rolling.
I mean, I'm to the new soccer fans. Like, I feel like this pod does a great job of trying to educate people, bring people in. Really, for the newbies that want to learn about the game, like this is what we're here for. I want to apologize on behalf of the EPL for running out West Ham, Aston Villa, and Burnley with the same fucking jerseys on. You might think that, you might be wondering about the record price that Aston Villa sold Declan Rice from. Nope, that was West Ham. You might be wondering, like, what is Philip Coutinho going to do under on Burnley this year? Nope, he's on Villa. And you might be wondering what Vincent Kompany is going to do as the coach of West Ham. But no. He is actually the manager of Burnley. And that shit is difficult because they all decided they wanted to wear maroon and baby blue. One, I'm sure it's some English thing and it means royal or some whatever. But one, the color scheme is trash. Two, there's no variance. It's the same damn jersey. I'm hoping we can get some graphics to show it's the same damn jersey, people. I just want to apologize because I understand like if you're a first time EPL fans and you got now that Burnley's up here, you are truly confused. Honestly, like we were talking about Aspendola earlier. I literally was thinking about Declan Rice. I was going to make a Declan Rice joke. I was wrong. I know. I'm just out of here. So I just want to apologize. Like it's confusing to me too. I know. Last year, Man City had red black jerseys. I get you. You're trying to figure out who the fuck United is. I know. I get it. It's crazy.
All right, Braylon, we made it to the lasting thought segment of the pod. Go ahead, brother.
Lasting thought. Jesus Christ. If you're a Christian, I suggest you just pray for me because dog, United is a piece of buns. We don't know how to make transfers properly. We're fighting for a guy that is only 30 million. So we're trying to get a loan for him, and then get an obligation to buy. I've never seen a big six club that is just Matt. We're the top 3 biggest club in the world, and we're struggling for transfers. Makes no sense. And then I get to watch Brighton get Ansu Fati on a loan and have that done that nobody knew about until it was announced. That hey, we're getting Ansu Fati. But goddamn it, why couldn't we do something like that? He would get playing time over Anthony. Even if he's not a right winger, he will still be able to right. I don't understand. Lasting thought. United is a shithole. I'm a United fan, and I'm still calling it a shithole. Old Trafford's old, and it got rats everywhere, and it got leaks in the roof.
Oh man.
The Glazers are the worst owners in the world. I don't know how. They looked up and got Tom Brady on the Buccaneers to win them Super Bowl. I swear to God, it's lasting thoughts. United's a shithole. Boom.
Oh man, I literally just saw the video of Ronaldo and Piers Morgan again talk about how there's been no evolution since Sir Alex Ferguson left. That was great. For me, I don't know whether Arsenal's good. I won't know after this weekend, and if Arsenal has really improved and whether they're good. I will know. I will absolutely know when the banks are closing in October. By the second week of October, whether Arsenal is good, because they will have to have played Tottenham, Liverpool, and Manchester City. In my opinion, those have been 3 of the better scoring and enjoyable watches in the Premier League this year. So I will know soon. I am not going to judge them one way or the other. Losing is not an option, though, Sunday. I'll tell you that much. Losing is not an option. And my lasting thought, shout out to the first English player to ever win Player of the Month in La Liga. Is it more of an indictment on English players? Potentially. I don't care. I'm not here for that. But shout out to my boy Jude. The La Liga and the Real Madrid Player of the Month. Congrats, King. It ain't going to be your first, or it is your first. It definitely will not be your last. You keep trucking, baby.
That's an indictment on the Spanish players. I'm going to just say that. It finally happened. Someone that's not Spanish and French or Portugal.
It's just 78 years of the league for it to finally happen. Calm down.
Hey, down. It was a black man. That's all I care about. It was a black man that did it.
He's on his East.
It's you, Brother Charles. The floor is yours, man. By the way, we're thinking of you to stay, brother. I don't. Yeah, we're thinking of you today.
I'm not gonna lie. I know it's just a sport. I was legitimately hurt to see my boy leave today. Like legitimately hurt. Lofton, you know he's like of my like favorite players in all across all sports. Like Ansu Fati's very very high on my favorite players. Like my favorite soccer player outside of Messi. Messi doesn't count. He's my favorite player, and so to see my boy leave today just hurt. I really just overall, I don't understand financial fair play. I don't understand any of this. I don't understand how we're selling people and we still can't register people. I don't know how we're. I understand why we need Jao Cancelo because we don't have an attacking right back. I don't understand why we're auctioning off people off wingers. We have Xavi complaining about we don't have enough attacking people. We need an attacking midfielder. We need this. We need that. While also never playing the young talent that's on the bench in these attacking positions. Just forgetting that you can play with three people up front. I appreciate that Robert Lewandowski pointed out the fact that they don't play with enough. They don't play with enough attacking players. That's part of why my Pedri slander has been so consistent in the fact that he doesn't play that. He plays possession football. He doesn't play attacking football, and that's why we can never score a goal in a minute. And he was hurt for 20 minutes, and two of our midfielders scored. I don't think that was by coincidence. So I just don't know what we're doing. Like even cool. Anthony needs to get played. I 100% understand that, while also like hating that the coach that the fucking manager didn't even give him an opportunity. He literally hasn't played with a front three in a year and a half. Like, how do you know what can happen? And then everything that Dion and I have been saying for the past year is when they come up, when he brings on another attacking player in the 60th minute, they all of a sudden score a goal, like clockwork. And that player is usually Ferran or Ansu. One of them's coming on and actually giving them balance in the attack. I don't know what they're doing. I honestly don't know what they're doing. Meanwhile, you got like the guys like Ez Abdi who I actually like. I appreciate his approach. The fact that he really just wants to play. He doesn't care like what club he's at. He just wants to play. And you got people, and then you got Xavi telling him, essentially guaranteeing him minutes, and then just not playing him. Like if he wants to go, man. Like I understand the hustle. Like I'm not mad at people for wanting to play. I think the best thing for people to do is play. But it's a nasty situation. And if all of this is done just to bring in fucking João Felix, like if I have to watch João Felix wear the 10 in Barcelona, like I'm not gonna be happy about it. It's embarrassing. Like he's not that good, and not to mention all he is another. He's not a winger. He's another midfielder. He's an attacking midfielder. He's a 10. If you're going to play him at the 10, why didn't you just play Ansu at the 10? I'm not going to call my club racist, but it definitely feels like they did my boy dirty. I definitely feel like the white boys, the little lighter Spanish players, get like more passes. Pedri and Gabby can do whatever the fuck they want and just still a lot of game after game after game. They gave Ansu the 10 for a reason. The whole club believed in him. And then in 18 months, the whole club turned against him. They pushed him out. He's literally on and I have pictures, from when I often seen the pictures of when I'm in the Barcelona stores, and there's just giant pictures of Ansu. He's the golden boy of all of. But he's the one who really started this shit. Like I don't know, like we somehow in the pecking order got lost where like Pedri's ahead of him, and like Ansu started this shit with the young boys. He's really like the crown jewel of all of this. I still think he's the most talented of all of them. And that's why, they loaned him out and didn't put that purchase option in him, because they know at peak Ansu, he's one of the best players in the world. Like he's definitely one of the best attacking players in the world. He definitely has that potential. So, stuck to see my man go, but excited to see him on Brighton. I think he's gonna get some action. He's around some more younger players that are hungry too. So like everybody's out there for the same goal. They're really about development over there. So, and I think just playing in EPL, the rigors of the season that fit that little bit of extra physicality, that when he comes back next year, I think he's going to be like a whole problem. So, biggest thing for him, like I'm gonna get an Ansu Brighton jersey. I'm that down for my guy. I'm going to support. I'm gonna watch as many Brighton games as I watch Tottenham games probably this year now. So like I'm locked in. I just hope he stays healthy. If he stays healthy, I rue the day that he scores 12 goals in the Premier League, so I can rub this in Dion's face, and Carter's face, and everybody's face, and tell you I was right.
Don't think we have a better way to end kicking it with the brothers. That was phenomenal. Make sure you were clicking the like button. Make sure you were subscribing to All Things Multiplicity Media. Football is happening 2 or 3 days a week coming up here after we get back from the international break. This is exactly why we love the games.
Love this sport. But Charles, passionate. We are thinking of you, brother. Ansu Fati is absolutely one of the most explosive players in the world when given opportunities, and now at least he will be given opportunities. Take care. Appreciate y'all at Multiplicity Media, COYG, Coolers, and Glory, Glory, Man United. Absolutely never.